Respected Shri Avinash Kumar Avasti sir, former Principal Secretary Government of Uttar Pradesh and Chief Advisor to Honorable Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Dr. G.N. Singh sir, who is my mentor, who was my boss in Central Drug Standard Control Organization and currently the advisor to the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Professor Ramesh Goyal sir, Vice Chancellor, Delhi Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research University, Dr. Dipendra Singh, Chairman, Education Regulation Committee, Pharmacy Council of India, Shri Manohar, President, Lloyd Institutes, and my dear friend, Professor Vandana Arora Sethi, Chief Strategic Officer and Head of Growth, Lloyd Institute of Management and Technology, my colleague, Mr. Asim Sahu, Deputy Drugs Controller from CDSCO, who is sitting here, all Honorable Vice Chancellors from various universities, Lloyd Institute's management, the staff, students, and all my dear participants. Very good morning to all of you. I said good morning to all of you. Good morning, sir. Oh, thank you. Okay, so it is in fact my pleasure to be here, to be part of the international conference and with all students and the participants. And also I'm thankful to the management and organizers for inviting me for this such a wonderful and more relevant topic for today's contest on transformation through technology and transdisciplinary education. Vandana has nicely explained and linked the technology which were used earlier during Ramayana and Mahabharata. And today, this particular workshop, what we are here on technology, in my opinion, there is no end for this type of workshop on technology. Today, what we have technology, it will changes from time to time. Technology is a very dynamic subject. Even this type of conferences are required after 5 years, after 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. We don't know how many after decades. Still, this subject is going to be a live subject. But I am sure after some period, the technology, what we defined and what we understand today, it may be completely changed this technology to what Vandana said just now. So the technology what Hanuman used to lift the hill, the technology what Pushpak Viman, it flied that time, the technology they have crossed the rivers, the technology the way they are everywhere, I think maybe after end of the some period, we all become rishis, maybe after 1000 or 2000 years. There won't be any technology of instrumentation or any machinery. If rightly the way we are focusing on various simultaneously other activities, so I'm sure the technological things are going to be changed from time to time. And Government of India is also recognized the importance of technology. I think all of you may be aware that recently our Honorable Finance Minister in her 2023 budget speech, she said very clearly and also emphasized on the importance of the technology. And she said in the budget speech, the technology is to promote innovation and research by startups and academy, and also to have a unified filing process for various categories of approvals. You must have seen last 1 decade, the various governments, not only central government or state government, the way they have focused on the technological importance, especially the digitalization, what we call as the digital India, or the payments through digital platforms, or even, I don't know how many of you know, recently Government of India has started one mission called Mission Karma Yogi. This is very important mission where the complete e-training modules of various ministries, training is not only to the institutions or officers, even training to the all bureaucrats working in the various ministries with respect to the whatever job they are handling from day to day in the ministries. So there are various speakers going to be talk on technology, how it will be in education, being a drug regulator. So I would like to give, first of all, how much time I have? 10 minutes, okay. So first, let me first give some idea about the, because I am from the regulator, I am from the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, working as a joint drugs controller. How the technology is really helping us to bring transparency and predictability in the organization. If you see till 2010, any government office, especially offices like drug regulatory agencies, it is first of all very difficult to trace the applications. Whatever applications received from the manufacturers, tracing of application is very important. Once manufacturer submit the application to the regulators, you know, a regulator takes its own sweet time, and by the time manufacturer will come and ask what is the status of my application, the regulator says that you submit again, you bring fresh copy, once again the copy of the application, because we may not able to get the earlier copy what he has submitted. And you may be knowing, and it will be surprise also, even applicant himself, he will bring the copy of the license standard format, he will print and bring to the regulators. It is easy for them to just get it signature from the regulator. It is what I am telling to say that what was the condition till 2010. A second important thing earlier, what issue concern was the physical interaction of the applicant with the government officials. To process their applications at each and every stage, the applicant has to follow up his application. So there are huge concerns, huge issues associated in the administration of the drug regulatory system in India. To address this, initially, the government first started with the website of CDSCO, where all the regulatory requirements, all the regulations have been published, thereby public are aware about the regulation. And second, I am really thankful to my ex-boss, Dr. GN Singh sir. During his time, the first time, the concept of IT platform where the e-governance first time we introduced through 12th 5-year plan. Today what we have is Sugam, that is the IT platform through which all applications are submitted through online and applications are processed through online and approvals also issued through online. So this process initiated during the 2014, and in the 2015, the first IT platform for the applicants and for the regulators, it was launched. And really after, of course, you know very well, whenever you bring any new system in the organization, it is a very difficult time. I think I know Dr. G.N. Singh sir, how much difficulties he faced to launch the Sugam. And the major objection came from within the organization. Many officers working in the organization itself don't cooperate to have the more technology. One is they may not able to understand, adjust. Second is that they don't want, because of which may bring lot of transparency and predictability in the system. So he faced literally great challenge to launch the Sugam portal in the CDSCO, but at the end of the day, finally it was materialized, and today we are getting a very fruitful results from our portal called Sugam. And as on date, under the Sugam, we have 27 applicants have been registered, 27,000 applicants. That means we track that who are the applicants, what type of applications we are receiving, what type of drugs are they submitting, and what type of drugs are going to come in the future. And these 27,000 applicants, till now we have received 3.5 lakh applications through online. Out of that, we already processed and issued 3.1 lakh approvals. The rest may be queries, or some rest may be there rejected. So this platform, first and most important brought is the transparency. Transparency with respect to the track of application. Once this system is in place, there is no physical interaction of the applicant with the government official or the regulator. Because our applicant, by sitting at home, he can trace his application, where it is pending, since how many days it is pending with the particular officer. So that means he can able to track the application what he has submitted. Second most important, predictability. And the government has prescribed the timelines for the processing of each application through this IT platform. For example, one particular application, we specified 60 days for processing application. After 60 days, the applicant can raise the issue that application is still not yet processed. So there is a predictability of the system in our organization at present. And we also integrated our portal with the various other related institutions which are working with the CDSCO. And most important, recently, even again this credit go to Dr. G.N. Singh sir, the entire concept of submission of applications through online, it is made mandatory in the regulation itself. It is not like that, sometimes the most of such type of systems introduced through government orders. Okay, we have started the particular IT platform applications through online. This is not through government order, this is by regulation. Under the regulation itself, it is a mandatory that the applicant has to submit application through online. That means there is no provision to accept any physical copy of the application by the regulators. So this credit also goes to our ex-Drug Controller of India for such a wonderful job he did for that. And you must have seen recently various gazette notifications how this technology also we are going to be utilizing. The top 300 brands, we made it mandatory the QR code system. Why we have made this top 300 brands? Because of there is some extent still spurious drugs exist in India. Mainly there are two types of products. Generally they undergo the spurious manufacturing in India. One is the products which are high value like cancer drugs, and the products which are high value, like if you see Combiflam or Corex, these are the brands are, volumes are huge volumes. So whether huge volumes or high value products are generally are counterfeited. So to address this issue, government now we have identified top 300 brands, though it is only 300, which is market size of 35%. Almost it cost 50,000 crores, this top 300 brands. We have made it as a QR code. That means as a patient, as a consumer, just you can scan the QR code immediately from your mobile. Immediately it will give the details about the manufacturer, batch number, manufacturing date, expiry date, as well as the MRP. So this is thereby the patient can authenticate the genuinity of the product which he has purchased. This is the one technological advancement which really we are using. And second, we also made a mandatory for QR code for the API, that is a bulk drugs, active pharmaceutical ingredient. All manufacturers of API at present in India, they had to have a QR code on their manufacturing. Thereby, we can trace the product from anywhere. But still, as you know, as I said, the technology changes from time to time. Whatever we are using technology, but still there are issues and challenges. It may not be sufficient. The reason is that what we have technology may not able to address the new therapies, new technological advancements coming in the diagnosis and treatment. See, for example, the future will be gene therapy, future will be proteomics, future will be genomics. But the technology used in the manufacturing, the technology used in the diagnosis, whether the regulator has such a experience to handle that type of technology. So I am sure the technological advancement in the diagnosis, especially the future will be only gene therapy. We don't have time to go more details about that. But how the technology is going to be very useful for the diagnosis and the treatment purpose. To address the current issues within the existing technology what we have, now government is decided to set up the unified portal. Like, I think all of you may know about the GST portal. how the GST really helpful in addressing all the issues like income tax portal. Similarly, CDSU, we are going to have a unified portal. Thereby, we will track each and every product, even starting from the key starting material of the API manufacturing, API formulation, sale, distribution, every stage in the entire product life cycle. Through this technology, we are able to track. That means from this technology, for example, when you go to retail shop and purchase medicine, each and every strip or a vial, first the pharmacist has to scan and issue that. Thereby, that particular quantity, whatever sold, is deducted from the stock. So at any given time, you will know how much stock of a particular product is available in India and regional wise. Especially this will be very useful in the emergencies, especially in the pandemic during the COVID time. If you want to know any particular medicine like remdesivir, how much quantity is available, how much is produced, where it is available, we don't have any track and trace mechanism. Once this new unified portal will come, at any given click of button, you know the exact amount of drugs produced in India, consumed in India, and as well as they are available at any given particular time. This also will empower the customers to authenticate the genuinity of the product, and we are also using the artificial intelligence tools in the unified portal. Thereby, we can identify the manufacturers who are producing the medicines at very high risk. You know, we have 10,000 manufacturers. We may not be able to inspect all 10,000 companies at a given time. We have to utilize the human resources very effectively. So thereby, with the technology, we can able to identify the companies who are producing the products at high risk. Thereby, the regulator can focus, can monitor, and can control the manufacturing of that particular products from that manufacturing site. We are also going to have a risk-based approach from this portal, identifying the products which are producing maximum not of standard quality and spurious drugs. We can also monitor habit-forming drugs supply. This is one of the major issue in the habit form issue at present in India, especially some of the states where there is a lot of pharmaceutical abuse. So if you have this unified portal, you can track the from which shop the maximum number of that particular product is sold. Thereby, we can take a proper regulatory actions. And during the again Dr. Jain Singh Saab, we have initiated the process called mobile drug testing labs. So this is also going to be come shortly and will be useful for mobile testing at the field level to ensure the quality of the drugs they are moving in India. And finally, very important with this unified technology is that the inspector, whenever visit the company, that report is prepared through online, observations has to be made through online. Before he leaves that factory, he should submit the report through online. That means there is no scope for any changes later on. And we can track we are going to give a tagging of the inspector. So at least, sometimes inspector will sit at home and write the report. But at least through the tagging system, you know that inspector was physically present in that premises and he is writing the report from that place only. So thereby you can track completely his location, exactly geographic location, as well as that observations he made on the particular day. So thereby, and he has to submit all the evidences along with the whatever observations he made. So these are the brief about how we are using the technology in our central drug control organization, and the similar system is by and large exists with all the state drug regulatory system also. I am sure by within couple of months the government of India set up this unified portal, which is definitely will be useful not only to the regulator, to the industry, to the government, and to the public. To the government, why it is useful? Because they can monitor effectively the quality of medicines, how many NSQs, how many spurious drugs detected, how many cases launched, what are the total quantities produced, how much capacity of manufacturing we have. A lot of data will be available on the portal. So thanks to the technology, thereby we are able to today deliver our work with proper transparency, proper accountability, and the predictability. So before I will close my talk, and I would like to also congratulate all the awardees. Today you are going to get the awards issued, going to be with the organizers. And I would like to also congratulate the entire management of the Lloyd and for giving and encouraging the staff of the Lloyd to organize such a wonderful workshop. Generally, management most of the time focus on filling the seats, admissions. But in addition to this, they're focusing on such a important areas and bringing all relevant stakeholders on one platform. So you have academicians, you have vice chancellors, you have regulator, you have industry. So all stakeholders they brought under the one platform. And you know, organizing this type of international conference is not an easy task, and a lot of work has to be done at the back. So thanks, congratulations to the Vandana for organizing such a wonderful conference. I am sure your management will support you for organizing further such type of international conferences. And with this, I wish you a successful conference, and thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.